Alexandra Abramova is here with you, and you're watching the new edition of the Sport Life program on the TV channel MMA-TV.com. Hello. Let's start traditionally with the most high-profile and interesting news from the world of mixed martial arts over the past week. Ilya Freemanov, who performed in the octagon of the MMA series 3 times, not only successfully debuted in one of the most famous leagues in the world, but also absolutely won the hearts of the viewers from all over the globe. Let's talk more about his debut in ONE FC. Ilya Freemanov is one of the best fighters in Russia in the lightweight category. That started his career at the age of 15, and by the age of 27 he had already accumulated a record of 11 wins and only 1 defeat. The fighter managed to perform in such organizations as Open FC, Blacksmith FC, and of course on the side of the MMA series. Representing the Kuzny Club, Freemanov is currently number 14 among 1,192 active professional lightweights in Russia, according to the Topology website, and recently he received a contract to fight in one of the leading Asian leagues in the world, ONE FC. As part of his debut in the organization, the athlete met with the top fighter of the promotion, Australian athlete Martin Gooden, and knocked him out already in the 4th minute of the first round. For his performance, the athlete received the prize of one of the most spectacular fights of the evening in the amount of $50,000, and definitely firmly entrenched in the ranks of rising stars of one of the strongest leagues on the planet. Ilya was congratulated with a bright victory by the head of our TV channel and MMA series director, and the athlete responded with words of gratitude to our promotion.
Всем привет из солнечного Сингапура.
Hello everyone from sunny Singapore. I want to say a big thank you to Vyacheslav Kamenev and Fator Rajab for the path that I have made in the MMA series. Thank you very much for this experience.
За этот опыт.
Meanwhile, on October 2nd, the 57 Moscow Calling tournament took place at the site that is well known to all fans of the MMA series, at the Kwon Sports Palace in Troyes. As part of the most anticipated event of the evening, we saw a meeting of 2 really experienced fighters, Ilya Varvarsky and Wanderlei Jr. That was really hot. The first match in the history of the series for the title of regular champion in the category up to 66 kilograms lasted almost 3 full rounds. At the same time, Wanderlei completely controlled the situation in the octagon for the first 2 segments and dominated the opponent. In the 3rd round, the Barbarian quickly began the fight with confident and accented kicks and uppercuts, but again found himself in the control, from which he managed to get out only 1 minute and 18 seconds before the end of the round. At the same time, Ilya tried to work out the end of the 5th minute literally with all his might, taking the opponent's back and trying to strangle him from behind, then knock him out from the same position. In a minute, the Barbarian managed to literally beat Wanderlei with accented and hard blows with both hands and knees. It seemed like Varvarsky was 1 step away from the technical knockout, but the last blow struck played a cruel joke on him. The judges declared this blow forbidden and gave the victory to the fighter from Brazil. As a result, the champion belt of the organization went to Wanderlei, who due to his condition could not even take it into his own hands, as he was receiving help from the medical team. The parties are actively considering the possibility of a rematch, and we congratulate Wanderlei Mexicano on gaining a valuable trophy, the first regular championship title of the MMA series. I know Wanderlei really good. If he could have continued, he would have continued. That's his nickname. He is called Mexicano because his head is very strong and he took out a lot of punches. But in the stalls, with the knee on the head, it is unfortunately that kind of blow. We are interested in a rematch, and we will not leave this rematch because we think we took all the 3 rounds. I understood from the Barbarian, although I see him for the first time, that he did not do it on purpose. Because there are some guys who do that on purpose, and it is clearly seemed. And we don't make rematch with that kind of guys. And if a person made that blow accidentally, why not? He's a good guy. On our side, you can increasingly meet fighters from various leagues. For example, the co-main event of the 57 tournament was the performance of the famous Hardcore FC fighter Oleg Dodonov. His new opponent was also the debutant of our ground, Farshid Ghoulami. Despite the fact that the athletes had not previously performed on our ground before the latest exit into our octagon, the tactics of the vision of the fight of both were known. Iranian athlete Farshid Ghoulami, with a record of 8 wins, 3 losses and 1 draw, is is a wrestling fan, as he said in an interview before the tournament. This is confirmed by the statistics of the athlete's victories, a significant part of which falls on choking techniques. Oleg Dadonov, with a record of 16-7, puts more emphasis into standing and striking, while the athlete most often brought the fights to the decision of the judges. The fight at our tournament was not an exception. The good soul Dadonov immediately took the center of the cage and worked as the first number. The long-awaited takedown attempts from Farshid did not bring any results and brought the course of the fight into a small deadlock, where the Iranian was struck in the leg-grabbing position without the opportunity to overturn the opponent, and Oleg did not even have to make any effort to stand still. A minute later, the referee returned the opponents to the center of the cage, and in the second round, Farshid again tried to overturn his opponent into the stalls, but he did not have enough strength. Dadla spent a minute and a half in the clinch, after which the Iranian exploded with a small series of side attacks and rather accentuated blows. However, really soon he was captured by Oleg, who needed only a few seconds to hang on the Iranian like a backpack and treating his hand. In the final segment, again it was Oleg who managed to impose the wrestling. During the last period of the round, the good soul man struck from behind the opponent's back. As a result, Dadonov won by the unanimous decision of the judges. Yeah, it was hard. I knew that the opponent was strong, that he would go to the really end. I watched his fights and I knew what to expect from him. Yes, I could be better. I work better in trainings, I have strong sparring partners, a strong team. I know a number of mistakes that I made both in the weight race and before the fight. I will eliminate them and come back even stronger, with God willing and God help. The first super event of the evening was the meeting of two athletes who have decisively declared about themselves in this year. Ruslan Medjidov, who worked out his defeat in Barbikh Tupomirov already twice, came up for a new victory, but his opponent this time was the undefeated representative of the Core MMA club, Walter Ignacio. The fight also lasted 3 full rounds and ended with the victory of the representative of the Core MMA club by the unanimous decision of the judges. At the same time, it was Ruslan who tried to take the initiative from the beginning of the fight, despite some certain difficulties in reducing the distance with the opponent. Walter is much taller than his opponent and he is comfortable enough to fight in a big distance from his opponent. He periodically threw accurate punches or knee blows towards Medjidov when he was trying to make the distance closer. At the same time, it should be noted that the duel itself took place at a very high pace. Despite Walter's advantage in the height and length of limbs, Ruslan nevertheless more than once managed to get out of the dangerous situations and even hold several short-term takedowns. However, Ignacio still won in terms of the quantity and quality of damaging actions, especially in the last third of the final round, where Ruslan missed a very large number of both jabs and knee strikes to the head. Congratulations to the fighter from the Core MMA club with the 7th victory in a 2-year career with 0 defeats.
No, I'm not complete my plan. I'm not happy with my victory. I'm happy I win, but I understand I need to train more. I understand I need very big evolution. I will be more better. I all the time come back more better. I already have 3 fights in MMA series, and if you see all my fights, I'm more better and more better and more better. And then I will come back more better and more strong. This 100%.
Having taken 2 victories on our side this year, including from a more experienced athlete Alexander Doromanov, Said Khatib once again came out against the opponent with a bigger record. Ruslan Serikbulov has 3 times more professional fights on his account, and who won the victory? Representing the MMA Profi Club, Said Khatib is a clear knockouter, as evidenced by 70% of his winning performances. His new opponent, Ruslan Serikbulov, is an experienced fighter with 32 fights on the professional level. An athlete from Kazakhstan is a versatile athlete who is able to beat the opponent in any way. But in the best times of his career, he often preferred to strangle his opponents. The meeting with Said Khatib was not a successful one for Serikbulov. The Russian athlete took another victory by knockout before reaching the middle of the second round. Said already has 3 wins in the octagon of the series, and he's extremely serious about the title fight in the foreseeable future. I repeat once again to all my opponents, why are all of you trying to wrestle with me? Look for another thing. This is my element. I catch you all here for this, in this wrestling. In addition to the main card fights, it is important to mention a large project, the test of which took place at the latest event. The MMA series has great ambitions to become the first promotion that will unite 2 different worlds into a single whole: computer combat competitions and professional mixed martial arts. Digital battles of MMA combat is the thing that shows the growing global interest in cyber competitions, which have already found their place even within the Olympic cyber disciplines. The first 3 fights at the latest 57th MMA series tournament combined a double confrontation of opponents. First a game of Mortal Kombat and then a real MMA in Octagon. Already in 2024, it is planned to hold the world's first Games of the Future in Kazan, the program of which will include digital MMA and up to $1.5 million with the plate as a bonus. Follow the news and be the first to see the Games of Future. And this was the Sport Life program and its host Alexandra Abramova. Already in the next program, I will tell you more about the other bright fights of the past event, so follow the promotion news of the MMA series website and in our social networks. And be sure to watch the TV channel MMA-TV.com, especially every Thursday. See you on the air.